Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Lovecraft Tapes podcast. This is Case 16, Mulholland. I am Jeremy, your keeper of arcane lore, and we play Call of Cthulhu, a role-playing game filled with cosmic horror, existential dread, and the little bits of mystery meat found in Grandpa's famous chili. Your investigators of the unknown are Brian as Ben McKnight.
Guys, these aren't mushrooms again, right?
Remains to be seen. Lupine as Rosa Garcia.
As long as my goats aren't here, I don't really care. Because I want to do that again.
Someone's already got your goat. And Matt as Diego Kennedy.
Wow. I mean, I wouldn't write that in my journal, but oof, she got some imagination.
Wow.
Wow, Rosa. Wow.
Oh my.
Pages through journal.
Wow.
Hey, he's not looking at my journal. He's looking at isn't he? Aren't you
No,
looking
he
at
took
He's
your
looking at
journal.
yours.
He took yours.
I'm gonna slap you.
He's not a clown.
You gotta catch him first. All right, guys. Welcome, everybody. How are you all doing today?
Good.
Feeling good? You survived this heat wave and all that nonsense?
I was indoors. the whole day.
I felt like I was melting.
Yep. It's
Yep.
pretty dang hot out there.
Yep.
But, you know, the good news is that summer is dwindling and spooky season is just around the corner.
Yeah.
In fact, I've already picked up, as we talked about, the new monster cereals, Carmella Creeper and Monster Mash. And that got me to thinking, if you found yourself at a Halloween Monster Mash party this year, which creature from movies or TV would you try to woo and why?
Oh my God. Elvira. Need I say more? Come on now.
Gross.
Elvira?
No, come on.
Oh, now?
You can't do it on command, Jeremy. It takes
Oh no,
time.
I'm done.
I'm leaning
takes about
toward the Jersey
10
Devils.
What was that, Lupin?
I'm leaning toward the Jersey Devil.
Ooh, why?
Ooh.
Cause I'm from New Jersey, and so we have. Yes, I am also a strange satanic creature from New Jersey. So we have something in common.
Match made in hell.
I knew
Yeah,
it.
right.
I like it. Matt?
None of them because parties are icky.
Oh.
That is fair. That is fair.
Well, I would definitely
Even if
go.
Mothman was there.
Yeah, Mothman. What about the Abominable Snowman?
Ooh. Chili.
Bottom hole?
The bottom
Abominable.
snowman.
The bottom
The
hole?
bottom? Yeah, would you prefer a top snowman?
The power bottom
Or
snowman.
bottom snowman.
Or bottom snowman.
Oh, that's for Justin right there. The power bottom snowman.
Get to work on that, Justin.
Well, guys,
yeah.
I would definitely go with either Pumpkinhead or Rawhead Rex because, well, it's right there in the name, isn't it?
Either way, you're taken care of.
It's a win-win. Oh, that one weird kid just subscribed. Thanks, that one weird kid.
Oh.
I wonder who that could be.
All right, listeners, if you would like to drop us a letter from beyond, please visit lovecrafttapes.com anytime and fill out our contact form. We accept well-considered criticism, fawning praise, and even found footage of Bigfoot doing the Humpty dance.
Yeah.
The
You know what they say about feet? About big feet.
We got big shoes.
Real stupid.
Yeah. They make big footprints.
Big ass footprints. All right, this show is brought to you in part by our generous fans and supporters on patreon.com/Lovecraft Tapes. Thanks, Beyond Peril. Gifted 1 subs to viewers. So we're going to go ahead and take a moment to thank
Thanks,
those
Mothman.
folks. Thanks, Mothman. So thank you to Jordy Rose, Barry Robeson, Itulia, Brownie Davis, Elizabeth Grieve, Chris Parker, John Scarcella, The Frilled Shark, Kyle Sherman, Huge Pie, Lil Rowan Plays, Amanda Power, Jefferson Bell, Ripley Iwin, Eric Zane, Olda Polkert, Mitch L., Andrew Petty, Eric Phillips, Malumber 57, Frank Delventhal, Dom Driver, Horst Straper, Discordiant, Prophet of Woe, Boston Harbor Horror, Robert Jameson, David Winterman, Liz Moonberry, Stephen Gregory, Chainsaw Unicorn, Shelly DM, Shelly, Captain Vashton, Peter VDB, Flix Capacitator, Shane Stoley, James Brown, ow, Ineptus the Stardust, Matthew, Davinia Von Zarevich, Kevin C. Oddity, Phoenix Black, Phoenix, Oritako, Ruined Ashes, Brindle Stubbs, A.E. Jonesy, Jay Clark, Marty Dixon, Bod Tran, Rolling Boxcars, J.R., Kie, Reaper Jones, Sean McConnell, Poppy Mama, Jeffrey Young, Bifford, Biff, Ryan Hill, Holden Olmans, LMF 10, Phil Campbell, or it might be IMF 10, I can't quite tell. Phil Campbell, Nicholas Hutto, John Konopasek, John Caballero, Kevin G, Mick Cope, Robert Lamb, Tomas, Mickey Sith, Benjamin King, Surrett and Wizard of Isinglass, Jehovah's Thickness,
Hey.
Steve L, Matt Sister, literally, Claude, Jack, and Jeff Howie. Thanks, guys. Appreciate all the support. Keeping us afloat. Barely.
Sports.
Sports balls.
Barely.
Sports
Jeremy,
balls.
everybody floats down here.
Oh, thanks, Georgie. Before we begin, we need to take a quick commercial break. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's go to our D Hondos. And boom. I rolled a 49, so it looks like Brian is going to be selling to Matt. Have at it, guys.
Hey, Matt, you want to buy something?
Yeah, what you got?
Let's see. Ooh. I have a new product called Solids.
I've never heard of a Solids.
Yeah.
Is it French? It sounds
No,
French.
No.
Belgian.
Can I have a different
yes,
customer, please? So have you ever had issues where like you maybe ate a questionable egg salad sandwich from a gas station on the back highway? Your stomach
Yeah,
is
that was
churning
you
a little
earlier
bit.
today.
Yes, and
That was you earlier
technically
today. I was sitting right next to you in the car. That was a mistake.
yeah, thank you for holding the plastic bag, by the way.
Yeah, no problem. I don't think
was
the
a-
guy behind us appreciated it when I let it go out the
You
window, though.
probably shouldn't have thrown it out the window. That was
Yeah, maybe
really
not.
gross.
I
But
mean,
I
to
did
be
feel
fair,
better.
he was tailgating us, so
I felt better for about 5 minutes. And then I realized I had a Solids in my bag. Pop that sucker. No stomach issues for 3 days. Huh?
well, I mean, when you don't have a stomach, it's hard to have stomach issues.
Well, there
so-
are some side effects. Like it reworks your internal organs and solidifies them all. But only for 3 days.
I mean, 3 days is a pretty good period of time when you think about it.
Can you hit me on the back? I can't move. It's so heavy in here.
Yeah, hold on.
We'll do
How's
it.
that?
Oh, thank you. Uh-oh. Get the bag.
Oh, another one?
You broke it loose. Anyway, you're doing okay? I don't know how you have an iron stomach after eating all that junk.
Oh, I got rid of my stomach a long time ago. No stomach issues.
How'd you do that? I can only freeze mine for 3 days.
So I know this guy named Jimmy. He's he does surgery out of his mobile home.
Well, that beats Solids. Let's go to his mobile home and get surgery.
It's reasonably priced too. I think he's having a 2-for-1 sale right now, so maybe I should
Are
get
you-
something done while I'm over there.
Are you a rep?
No,
Trying to upsell me on a 2-for-1?
I would never earn commission by doing that. Except when I
Well-
would earn commission by doing that.
All right, well, slap it in the GPS. Let's go.
And we're back. If you were to establish a cult worshiping that product and or service, what would it be called?
Solids? Oh, boy, that's a tough one. Anybody?
What would the,
The
cult be
cult
called?
of the immovable rod.
That's a good one.
Loose sack, I'd call it.
I don't know what it would be called, but it'd be really easy to pitch it as a special to Netflix, and I would make so much money.
It's true.
Ooh, those are so good. I'm tempted to join right now, but my cult would be named Heaven's Pedestrian Entrance, No Vehicles Allowed. I'm working on the Nike sponsorship as we speak.
Parking in rear?
No room at the end?
Poker's in the rear.
Okay, poker in the rear.
Poker
Liquor up
Party in
front?
front.
What?
Liquor up front.
Yeah. All right, it is time, my friends, to play Case 16, Tape 7. He said, Jiangshi said.
Oh, no.
Gesundheit.
Previously on the Lovecraft Tapes. Not everything always... that didn't come out right. Not everything is always what it seems on the placid surface. And sometimes it takes a keen eye to spy the awful truth which lurks beneath in the deep. Rosa and Ben make the most of their sequestered time in the counselor cabin, unearthing new information about Brigitte and Nikki that may implicate one of them in Peter's death or undeath. Diego, spurred on by a sense of chivalry and tangled emotion, accompanies Brigitte to meet the rest of her family, unwittingly embroiled in an ageless drama that could derail his life or set it on a new course. With adult supervision seemingly out of the picture for the moment, our heroes must fend for themselves against forces they are only just now beginning to understand.
Tune in next time.
Diego. As you jot down the last of your notes in Rosa's journal, you hear Lindsay's unmistakable voice shout from outside, "Peter, no, get away!"
Oh, yeah, again with this douche. Time to go teach someone a lesson. And I'm going to grab one of the untipped arrows from the quiver under the bed and walk out of the cabin towards the sound of her voice.
With the bow?
No, just an arrow.
And what do you do with the journal?
I'm going to stick it back where I found it.
Whoa.
In her footlocker.
Oh,
Yeah.
In Rose's footlocker. All right. So you quickly stash the journal in Rose's footlocker and grab one of the bows quickly from one of the arrows quickly from the quiver and make for the door. You're a few feet away when it slams open and Harcourt is standing there. He has blood on his lips. And you notice... I'm sorry, guys. I am hearing some
me too.
air conditioning or something. Or a fan.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I think that might be me.
Just FYI. I'll keep going. It's fine. Blood on his lips, and his gaze is slightly off center. And he begins talking almost to himself, standing before you. He says, I just repeated everything. It wasn't true. I didn't even make it up. You believe me, right, Diego? And he's looking at you, but sort of over your shoulder.
Hey, whoa, slow down there, buddy. I'm just going to give him a couple of taps on the cheek.
What? Oh! And you can see he's compulsively chewing on his tongue, and that's where the blood's coming from, drooling down one corner of his mouth.
You there, buddy? Snap out of it.
Why don't you give me a psychoanalysis roll?
Because I have 1 point
I
in
know.
psychoanalysis.
I already checked it, but go for it.
I needed a 1. I rolled an 8, which is pretty damn close, honestly.
Spend 7. Holy crap, a few success on that?
Oh, man. Because I'm at, what, 61 right now?
Oh, yeah.
Put me, what, 54? Sure. We're going to spend the luck.
Okay.
Drops me down to 54, but why the fuck not?
Jeremy's like, damn it.
All right. No. Okay, yeah. So you spend the luck, and it seems that the sound of your voice and the smack you gave him upside the face is shaking him out. He's like, oh, Diego, I'm sorry. Oh my God. It's Peter, man. He's got Counselor Tammy. He dragged her into the first aid cabin. He's like, I don't know, there's something wrong with him.
I mean, there was something wrong with him the first time I met him, too. That's not anything new.
No, dude, that's not it. Like, he was dead, and now he's not dead.
He dead? No. They just said that there was something wrong with him. They didn't say it was, kaput.
They lied. Something happened, and Rosa and Ben, we saw him. He was dead on the stretcher.
Oh, boy. You know where Rosa and Ben are right now?
I don't know. Counselor Tammy was talking to them. They had us sequestered in different places, and then we just came out. We heard a crash, and we went out of the mess hall, and there was Counselor Tammy lying down in the dirt, and then Peter was coming out, and these things were coming out of his mouth, and he grabbed her and started dragging her back into the first aid cabin.
Oh, boy. You know what? I'm gonna
Cool arrow, though.
Arrow. Oh yeah, thanks. I took the little safety thing off the tip. You want one? I got a bunch of them.
Yeah, I'll take one.
Cool. I'm gonna walk back in and grab a second arrow and walk back out. And here you go. Just be careful. That thing's actually sharp. I literally took the time to sharpen these, so it's a real thing now.
Okay, all right. Well, I guess I could jab him or something.
Yeah, I wasn't actually gonna hit the guy. I was gonna, maybe poke at him to scare him a bit. But
I think he's beyond that. He's like the guy in my story, but it wasn't my story. I was just repeating it.
oh, the ghost thing you were talking about that one night at the fire.
Yeah. Like he got back up and he's alive again.
Those none of those are real. There's just probably some whole long-winded prank that they'd set up to try and mess with us after we, went back out into the woods when we said we weren't supposed to, and now they're trying to, scare us straight.
Oh, you think so?
Let's go find out. And I'm going to close the door and start walking towards the first aid cabin.
Okay, so the two of you depart the barracks, closing the door behind you. Ben. The terrified shout from Lindsay back up the hill acts as a shock to your system. How could you have forgotten about her? Your grip tightens on the boat oar in your hands.
Yeah, it does.
Rosa, you watch Ben's body go rigid as Lindsay's cry rings out, and you feel the kids behind on the docks stir with agitation and confusion. One of them, a pale-skinned boy with a crew cut and acne, asks nervously, "What's going on up there? Where's Counselor Tammy?"
I don't know. I guess I don't know. Ben, you guys stay here. Ben, let's go.
All right. I'll follow you. Rigid. Frankenstein
rigid.
walk. Frankenstein's monster. Sorry.
Just a little penguin waddle
Yep.
up me behind the.
All right. So Ben and Rosa make their way up the hill. Walking, running, what?
I'm gonna be walking, but almost like a little bit crouched, I guess. Like spring ready to jump or run or whatever I need to do.
I don't want to run precisely, but so I was like gonna like I don't know,
How-
speed walk.
Power walk.
Power walk again?
Yeah.
So Rosa takes off at a not really a jog. It's more of a power walk would be more of a pog, maybe. I don't know.
Grandma at the mall on a Sunday.
Yeah, grandma.
She like,
Yeah.
okay, grandma at the ball, power walk that. Okay.
It's a mall walk.
So I realize that she's going a little bit faster, so I do a couple quick runs to catch up and then slow back down, and then a couple quick runs to catch up.
Yeah, she's like an
and then slow
NPC.
back down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a game where the
And I'm
NPC
like-
is walking, but
And what the fuck are you doing?
I just
God,
want to be
I
ready
hate
for
those
anything. Why'd you swear at
Anything?
but
I'm
you're
rich.
I'm not an NPC. You can walk at the same speed as me.
My muscles relax, and in doing so, the club backs her in the head.
And you drop your solid.
Need
Don't relax your muscle that much. Jeez.
a
Yeah.
sack.
Relax certain muscles, not the sphincter.
Yeah. You got to be specific about these things.
Sphincter damn near killed her.
I'll get the bag.
All right. So Rosa and Ben make their way up the hill, stopping and starting, kind of weary about what might be waiting for them at the top. And you can hear the kids murmuring behind you back at the docks as they talk amongst themselves as to whether or not to follow you, but you told them to stay there, and you have the oars, so you must have a measure of authority. You spoke authoritatively,
They're all
and
fucking sheep.
oh, great! Now we're in Lord of the Flies. Way to go!
They all just deflated. Oh no.
Oh,
I have the conch. I hold up the conch.
that's right, little piggy, and and you hear and feel a wind blow across the lake behind you, and it's almost like ushering you further up the hill. You can hear the wind soughing through the treetops, and a cloud scuds over the sun, dropping everything into deeper shadow. And the first thing you see at the crest of the hill is Harcourt and Diego coming out of the barracks, basically walking toward the mess hall, but probably making a beeline beyond that to the first aid cabin.
I'm gonna yell
Diego.
out to Diego.
Harcourt. Oh yeah.
Oh, Rosa.
Oh,
Diego,
hey.
it's Rosa.
Hey, long time no see.
Where
How are
have
things
you
going
been?
for you?
We've been looking
Oh.
for you.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Once we're back at the barracks, I'll let you know. I wrote everything down.
Dude, Peter came back to life.
See, that's what he said, and I think you've
We-
been watching one too many of them movies.
We saw him. He was dead. I checked.
He's attacked Tammy. I think she's dead.
Probably. We've got it. We barricaded him inside the first aid shed, but
He broke
I
out.
guess he broke out.
Rosa's incredibly bored.
Yes.
But I don't know.
broke out.
guess
he
broke
Ever. Oh my god.
We got to handle this right. We got to make sure that we got to protect the kids down by the lake.
We told them to wait down by the lake because we have the oars, and I'm gonna hold it in front of me to show him the oar. Yeah.
I mean, I got an arrow, so
Me too, guys. I got an arrow
yeah,
as well.
I gave him one.
We should have got one for Lindsay. She's in the mess hall.
She's She's in the mess hall. Is she?
Yeah,
Well-
I left her there. I don't remember much.
You left her there?
I ran out. I was I think
We've got
I
to
did.
check. We've got to check on her. We got to check on her before we go fight Peter or whatever.
Yeah, let's go get her. The more people we have, the better.
All right. I'm just gonna,
Liquors.
and I'm just gonna like point, turn, and swivel away from the first aid cabin towards the mess hall.
Sachet and then jazz hands, and then we're heading to the mess hall.
So the mess hall
Everybody
is
loves jazz hands, Brian.
It's on the way.
yeah. Essentially, they're side by side. So you've got barracks, mess hall, first aid cabin, counselor cabin.
And she was the one that screamed, so we need to make sure
Yeah.
she's still okay.
And his mouth is all bloody.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
looking at my
you do notice
inventory.
that
I have
Harcourt's-
nothing to give him.
Harcourt's mouth is a little bit bloody, but he probably was just chewing on his tongue a bit.
He's got another one. Oh,
Yeah,
He's fine.
that's
Don't worry
It's
about it.
fine. Just a little bit.
no
just-
big.
We've all bitten our tongues. It's not that
better than smoking.
guys. It's like he was chewing
guys
his
have a
hamburger too
point.
quickly.
No,
you know?
no.
So yeah, you guys open up the door to the mess hall. Diego does. Diego is the one who said he was going to be doing
Do
this.
it, Diego.
So Diego opens up the door to the mess hall, and you can see it looks to be nothing special. Everything is in its place, and Lindsay is over against the wall that faces the first aid cabin, looking out one of the windows,
Oh,
and she pivots quickly toward you.
Sorry.
Put your hands in your lap.
whoa!
Whoa.
Leave them there
Hey, whoa,
Okay.
whoa, hey, whoa, hey, whoa.
for 30 to 60 minutes. No.
Whoa.
Oh, now. And
If your
she
hands are in your lap for 60 minutes, gives you
it's taking too long. You might need to see a doctor.
Talk to your doctor. Hands in your lap
Talk to your
persists for more than 60 minutes.
Stop it. Get some help.
I'm morally safer. Okay.
Diabetes.
I'm just doing all the tropes. And scene.
And see. And Lindsay is, she quickly looks toward you. Oh, Ben. Hi, Diego. Hi, Rosa. Hi, Harcourt. Hey, Ben.
What am I, chopped liver?
And she practically rushes towards the front door.
In slow motion, please, in slow motion.
In slow motion, her hair.
Well, then it goes slow motion. Yeah. She starts in regular motion, and then all of a sudden it's slow motion.
I don't know, Ben. What do you think?
I'm gonna turn to the side, but put
This is
one
Ben's
arm
fantasy.
out towards her, like to pull her into the hug. Oh, I just hit my microphone. I got so excited.
Brian, in the
Hands
lap.
in your lap.
In the lap.
That's what they bet. He had to stop. It's chafed. The lap
The lap
of,
is
lux-
shaped.
of luxury.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm gonna put one arm out, the one away from the microphone, and as she runs up, I'm gonna kind of scoop her into me and put her head on my shoulder. Yeah.
All right.
Smooth.
And, yep. And
for
you
the
can
V.
feel her warm, trembling body against yours.
I slowly go.
I wasn't slow at all. And you feel her breath sort of hitch sobbing against your neck.
Like, oh, snot.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
I only have one shirt.
I don't know what came over me. Harcourt, did you tell him about Peter?
We know about Peter. Are you okay? That's what's important right now.
Yeah, but he
Oh,
took
Peter.
he took Tammy. He took Counselor Tammy.
We know. We're gonna go try to help.
What can
Do you
we
want to
do?
stay
He's-
here, or do you want to help?
Well, of course I want to help.
Okay.
I could take notes.
Diego, give me your arrow. No, just kidding.
Oh, wait. And she rushes back towards the front of the mess hall where there are the cooks ordinarily serve.
Mops. Tell me there's mops.
There's plenty of mops. She snaps one and uses the no.
Yes.
Actually, she comes back with a spatula that is about
Spatula?
2 feet long,
Ooh, nice.
serrated on one edge,
Nice.
and has
There's a burger flavored
has
spatula.
a honed tip to it.
Nice.
It's glowing,
Oh, just the
pulsating
tip?
red.
Just
And-
the dip.
And she rushes back
Just
to
to
the
see
group and
how it
says,
feels.
"Would this work?"
That's perfect.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that looks good. Let's go.
Where's everybody else?
We need-
They're down by the lake. We told them to stay down there because then they can swim away if needed.
Okay, well, there's boats too, but okay.
No, we disabled them so they couldn't get away. Wait.
We shot holes in the bottom of them so the monster can't leave.
Makes
Good
perfect
thinking.
sense.
Makes perfect
We
sense.
told them to stay away from the danger, but
Mouse?
something could come out of the lake. But nothing.
Oh,
Nothing
great.
good.
What the hell kind of place is this?
Oh, okay. Should
We
should
brush
we
off the sign, Camp Crystal.
maybe Harcourt and I can go down and help protect them?
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Just try to keep them calm, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to reach
okay.
into my bag, my hand, my pocket, whatever it is.
Wherever your hands are.
Hey, whoa.
Your shorts? Whoa, Brian,
Hands are in my
whoa.
lap. I'm going to reach into my lap. I'm going to grab my last piece of
Damn.
Bazooka Joe bubblegum, and I'm going to give it to Lindsay.
Oh, thanks. And
If
she
you get nervous, just chew on this.
Why does
Okay.
it smell funny?
smells.
It was in my chafed lap.
Smells a little.
She's like, oh,
It's a little
now
bleachy.
You've done it. Beefy.
Bleachy.
It smells like beef.
Smells like beef. Okay, we'll wait for you down by the docks then. Okay. Don't be long.
Well, if we don't think we can handle it, we'll just come back down.
Oh, okay. There's
If
no.
we're too long, you can assume we're dead.
Yep.
Okay.
Bye.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rosa. Were you here this entire time? I'm sorry about that. Oh, Diego, where the hell did you come from? All right. Well, we'll wait for you. Please be careful. And she gives a little peck on the cheek to Ben.
I thought you were going to say Rosa.
Nope, I did not say Rosa.
I'm going to turn and go,
I will have my revenge.
lean in real forward. Oh, no.
Too soon. Too soon. Too fast.
No, I'm not doing that.
Too fast, too furious.
Just in my mind, and then okay, we got to go. We got to save Tammy.
Okay.
Miss Tammy.
Yeah.
Do we though?
Let's save her.
Do we really have to save Tammy?
She's definitely gonna. We can save her.
I swing the oar to smack all three of them in the face one at a time. Let's
All
go.
three of
Come
who?
on, you knuckleheads.
Snap out of it.
Three of who?
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Certainly.
And Harcourt and Lindsay exit the mess hall and
Stage left.
run towards the docks down below.
Nice.
No, that's Snagglepuss, Brian. We were doing Three Stooges.
Oh.
Well,
I'm out.
Exit. Stage left, even.
Okay, do you guys know if there's a back entrance to the, I would know that because I was in there.
Zip.
There is no
To-
back entrance.
To the first aid, Kevin? No.
Yeah, there's no back entrance, right?
Remember, that's what I asked.
Yeah, yep.
Were there any windows at the back?
To the wall.
Nope.
So the first aid cabin, if you'll recall, there was one entrance. That
I
was
wasn't there, so I wouldn't.
That
know.
was actually
It's
you
like a
were.
Lego brick.
You actually were. You were the one to help them pick the lock, and
No, it's not.
and all
Yeah,
of
no, I
the
didn't.
windows
Did I?
were barricaded, if you recall.
Yeah, I don't recall, but now I do.
Yes, they were bolted from within, if you remember.
Oh my. So he only has one way out.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm thinking is we have somebody taunt him out, and one of us on each side of that doorway, and we just wail
Are
on
you
him when he comes
volunteering
out.
then?
Of course.
Okay.
Anything to save Miss Tammy, of course.
Yeah.
And I'm the fastest.
I doubt that.
Hey,
see.
I can crouch and walk quickly, and then crouch and then walk quickly.
Yeah, there's nothing next to the power walker.
I do have a 80 dexterity though, so.
It's your move rate that we're concerned with.
Oh, my move rate's
Dex,
one. No.
Rosa's got a 9.
I have a 9.
Yeah, you guys probably all do.
Yeah.
Except for
kids. We're children. We're
Diego's
children.
short.
We're children.
Yeah, you guys all have a 9, so you're good there.
So,
We're wee bears.
Diego, do you want my oar? Do you think that'd pack more of a punch? You can keep both. I'm
mean,
just going
if-
to run, so I
yeah,
don't need
if-
anything in my hands.
Okay. Yeah. If Diego's going
Alright.
to stand on the other side of the door, we should probably both have oars.
And you just
Here, I'm
wave
going to turn to
yours?
hardcore. Use these responsibly, and I'm going to hand him my other arrow.
right into his eyes. Oh, I did it again.
Don't run with arrows.
Or scissors,
I
for
wasn't
that matter.
running. I just did it. So
Well, I can't help you there.
as soon as we get there, I'm going to like wave them silently to each side of the door.
So okay, so you're exiting the mess hall and
we're way back
heading to. Well, I don't know. I didn't hear you guys
Yeah.
say it. We're approaching
We're going
the first
to
aid
the
cabin.
doorway
We
of the
teleported.
I
cabin.
heard lots of plans, but no actual.
We
actions.
teleported out. Fast traveled over there. Like, okay, does
We
that sound like a
traveled
good
by
plan?
map.
Is everybody ready?
As good as we'll ever get. Let's.
Just taunt him already. Just do it.
All right,
Yeah.
you guys get started. I'll be over there in a minute.
I'm gonna. So as we approach the cabin, I'm going to sneak over to one side of the door.
Let me stop you right there. So as you approach the cabin, that's what I heard. You see that the doorway is wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Clearly, somebody or something had burst from within. Basically, I believe you guys had put a bench or something in front of
Correct.
the door.
A big heavy
Yeah.
bench.
That
Yep.
is
Good at
hurled
that.
aside.
Okay.
Looks like it is probably snapped in two.
Oh.
The door, which was already sort of off its hinges
Yeah.
to
Yep.
begin with, is completely missing from the door jamb.
So this
You have no
fucker's
idea where it is.
strong.
Yeah, he is.
And you see a thin trail of blood leading inside into darkness
Okay.
of the first aid cabin, as well as a slightly slick ichorous fluid that appears to be translucent.
He's a slug and we need lots of salt.
Diego, wait. Go around the back to get to that side.
There is no back to the first aid cabin.
There's no back.
No,
wall?
he's instead
There's
Instead of
no
walking in
rear
front of the-
entrance.
No.
No, he's not going
Instead
to the
of
rear
walking
entrance.
in
He's
front of
just
the
going
door.
around
Yeah.
to get to the other side.
Instead of crossing
He's,
in front of the
instead of
doorway,
crossing the doorway.
go
he's
around the
gonna
building
walk
and stand
around
on
the
the other
building.
side of the doorway.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Sort of sidled up next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, but go around the building so you're not
Because
What- so
traveling
we don't
in front
I'm
of.
doing-
want anyone
We're,
to
we're gonna go around the building.
That way, if you're around the building, you can be around the country.
Around the building. Around the
It's
building.
convenient.
Around the building. Going around the building.
Trailer Park Diegos go around the outside, round the
That's
outside,
true.
round the
Around
outside.
the outside.
It's true. Seen it.
Okay, so sounds like Diego takes your
He's going to use
military
the back
command,
entrance.
your military command, and skirts to the right side, and then sidles up next to the doorway. Diego, as you get closer to the doorway, you hear
We didn't hear anything.
Ugh.
I think Diego
Heard.
did.
Did you hear
Very
something? Or
Quiet.
did you just go with it?
Munching.
Mm.
Did I hear munching?
Are you hungry now, Diego?
Thinking about lunch. Yeah.
I'm going around the other side. So do I hear?
Absolutely, you hear the exact same thing. It sounds like a wet sucking sound.
Oh God, it's Louisiana all over again.
I gotta go in and check on some. I'll be right back.
So currently, Diego is on the right side, and
And roll a drive.
Rosa is on the left
Oh,
side.
do I have to?
Just maybe a foot or two away from the actual doorway. pressed up against the wall of the first aid cabin,
Mm-hmm.
looking in confusion and worry toward Ben, who has not yet heard the sound.
Right.
Like, dude, what is this?
I'm going to notice that Rosa is looking at me, and I'm going to be like, what? And put my shrug my shoulders up, put my hands up, like, why are you looking at me weird?
I think I had this look on my face, like, ew, I just heard gross sucking. Ew. Err.
I got to go in real quick and see what's in there. So I'm going to, seeing the concern on Rosa's face, I'm going to approach, but not, my confidence is a little bit shook. So I'm going to approach a little bit slower than I had anticipated.
And I'm gonna go to Ben.
Rose is giving you a thumbs up.
I just run right in. No.
Yeah.
All right, Leroy Jenkins.
Yep.
Oh boy. Okay. I'm going to get as close as I feel comfortable, so maybe
To
8 to 10
the
feet, the
doorway?
main entrance to the doorway. Yep.
Awesome.
Maybe 8 to 10 feet away.
Okay. Give me a spot hidden.
Oh, I wanted to yell and stuff.
No, I'm
Spot.
good. I'm good with that.
That hidden.
I need a 45. I rolled a 70.
So you see the darkness inside
Hello,
show.
darkness,
Pregnant
my old friend.
with
I have a button for that.
opportunity and mystery and horror.
Like it. And I'm going to open my mouth to yell, and a slight squeak comes out. Hey, you should get out of there. And then I am going to turn on my heels and bolt down to the lake.
He's not waiting for anything to see if anything's going after him. He's just going.
My fear level is at 100 right now.
I am poised to smack something if it comes out of the cabin. I don't care what it is. I'm just smacking the fuck out of it.
Okay. Okay.
Smack that ass.
Diego,
When to
how about
grow
you?
on.
I'm also going to wind up and get ready to swing at whatever pops out of that door.
And you both have
Bada.
oars now, is that correct?
Yeah, correct.
Yes. Harcourt has
oars.
both of the arrows. I have one of the oars.
And I'm gone.
And yeah, Ben's hot-footing it back down to the lake.
Ben's running as fast as he possibly can.
As soon as Ben turns on his heel and begins running back down the hill, Rosa and Diego hear a pause in the sickly sucking sound. And then it sounds like somebody retching. And you hear a high-pitched squeak as several leeches race out of the doorway in Ben's general direction. These leeches are approximately 6 inches long, relatively thin, gray-black skin, a very familiar membranous quality to them, Diego. And slimy, leaving behind a trail of translucent gelatinous material. They're not moving terribly fast, but maybe only slightly slower than you. What do you do? Oh, I'm not talking to you. It's Rosa and Diego.
Okay.
You don't see any of this.
They're moving, though? Rosa and Diego are moving?
No, sir.
Okay. You said they're moving slightly slower than you, so I was confused.
That's correct.
Okay.
The leeches move slightly slower than Rosa or Diego.
Oh, gotcha.
You're gone.
The way it sounded like they were being chased, the way you said it.
I feel like I want to wait until something else comes out of the cabin.
Okay. Diego?
I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna be like, dear, and be like, ugh, and then just whack straight down on them.
All right. So you can aim at one of them. Go ahead and take a swing.
How many are
I'll give you a swing. 3 of them, I said.
Okay. Whew. Good luck.
All right, fighting. I'm assuming because I'm swinging an oar, this is fighting brawl.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, it doesn't matter.
I needed a 48. I rolled a 66. That's a failure.
So yeah, you're a bit put off from seeing this horrific sight. It's actually not that terrifying because it's a leech. It's just a leech, a rather big one, but nothing unusual really about it. You've never seen one move that fast, but you've seen quite a few interesting and grotesque things in nature. You're a military boy. You've seen a few things here and there. But it is the fact that it is the same color as the thing you saw earlier today does give you a slight pause for it. It's almost as if you involuntarily miss on purpose.
Ooh.
And the things continue on down the path towards in the same direction Ben's running. He must have gotten their attention. And you continue to hear the sucking sound from within the cabin.
If we wait a few more seconds, do we see anything else come out of the cabin?
You wait, give a pause and a breath, and Ben dips below the hill so you don't see him anymore.
Yeah.
He's running. And the 3 slug-like leeches also pass over the top of the hill, and nothing else comes out of the cabin.
I'm going to try to peek in stealthily.
Oh, stealthily. I like that. Well, that
Just
sounds like a
kinda-
stealth then.
Just kind of peek. Yep.
You
Sure
said
you
it.
don't
I
want me to
didn't.
stealthily peek.
Roll.
Yeah. My stealth is not that
I would say
great.
my stealth
but-
is probably better than yours, but
Yeah. But I mean, I would do this.
Have at it. Roll away.
Oh, I rolled a fumble. 98 over 20.
All right, so that's pretty easy. So yeah, you lean in to see like what's happening in there, and you stumble over a piece of broken bench that was outside. You didn't quite see, and you fall halfway into the doorway, dropping
Okay.
your oar. It goes skittering inside the first aid cabin, where you
Damn
can
it.
clearly see Peter on top of Counselor Tammy, his mouth sealed to hers.
Oh, boy.
But as soon as he hears you clatter inside, he looks up, his eyes white like a pale, dead, bloated fish. And one last leech slug thing slips out of his mouth and drops into hers. And then he's up and stumbling towards you. We're in combat
I
now.
would like to try to get away.
Yep, but we're in combat now, and you
Yeah.
are prone. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to do some dexterity. So my guy,
Hey, my guy.
talking about my guy.
Bob's
Only
ready, guy.
has a dex of 35, so it's not
Oh, wow.
terrifying.
Okay.
No, it's still terrifying.
I mean, it's 35.
yeah,
You know, what are you going to do?
Not the dex. That's terrifying.
Yeah, right. What about my dex isn't terrifying? Come on, Bri. All right, so I'm going to just quickly jot down here some dex stuff. and we'll see what happens. All right, so Peter has a dex of 35. Rosa has a dex of
50.
50. And Diego.
My dex is 80.
80. All right, cool. So
Cool.
obviously, ordinarily, Diego would have opportunity, and we'll give you the opportunity. So you see Rosa look up in horror as she's obviously laying halfway into the cabin. What would you like to do? You don't see
Run.
Peter or anything other than the leeches heading down just over the tip towards the lake, towards Peter or towards Ben. Yeah, that's all you see.
Seeing Rosa flat on the floor, first instinct is I'm going to bring the paddle down from my ready position and kind of hold onto it with one hand and use the other to try and pick her up and put her back on her feet.
Nice.
Okay. All right, take her out of the prone position. So yeah, let's go ahead. That sounds like it's gonna be probably just a strength roll, right?
You ready for this?
Yeah,
You want to know what my strength is?
sure.
69.
Nice. So yeah, strength roll to haul her up.
I needed a 69.
Yay.
I rolled a 58, which is a success.
Lovely.
I have a 69.
So you reach
strength.
in and essentially just grab Rosa's arm, your cousin's arm, and help her hoist up. And she attains her feet, but wobbling because she's clearly put off by something that is inside the cabin. Rosa, you can do something, but it would probably be at a penalty at this point.
My oar that I was holding, like skittered into the cabin.
Yes, it's out of reach at this point. Yeah.
So I can't get it. Okay.
Well, you could do it if you wanted to do a maneuver, a fighting maneuver. You could probably, or even I'll say like I don't know, a dex. You could probably do a dex if you wanted to try to, but it's going to put you in relatively close proximity to Peter for sure.
Right. I think. Well, I have an idea. So actually, I'm gonna turn to Diego. You, we gotta get to the kitchen. Let's go.
But what?
Come on, we gotta go
Why
now.
the kitchen? Oh.
Because now.
All right. So, and then I assume you, Rosa.
And then I'm running towards the kitchen.
Back to the mess hall.
I would like to try to hold on to Diego's hand if he's running with me. Yeah.
No, but
It's his hand.
During his turn, he could probably follow you if he's able. But you can for sure run towards.
Yeah, I start running towards the mess hall, towards the kitchen area.
So Rosa takes off.
To the kitchen? Oh boy!
And
I'm
that's
just
when
running.
Okay. Yep, got it. So Rosa heads pell-mell back towards the mess hall, and out pops Peter to give Diego some love. So Diego, you see for the first time Peter in his undead state.
His glory.
He's clearly dead. He is bloodless, pale, sunken eyes that are blank, like the underbelly of a deflated goat, maybe? I don't know. Just throwing that out there.
Too soon?
Too soon?
3 too soon?
So I'm going to need you to make a sanity roll, please.
Do it.
Oh, do I have to?
You do, in fact, yeah.
I fumbled my sanity roll.
Son of a bitch.
That is the worst fumble.
Oops.
Oh, Lordy.
Come back next week to meet my new character, guys.
Okay.
Damn it, Diego.
So here's the bad news. That's going to be a max sanity Was?
Yeah. Yep.
Uh,
How much is that?
that is
All of
8
it.
points.
8
Oh,
points.
fuck.
That is
Holy.
8 points of sanity damage to Diego.
Now you're chewing on Harcourt's tongue.
And it's
Right.
delicious.
Nom nom nom.
Nom, nom, nom. Okay, so I'm going to go to the
Ooh.
sand flow chart here just to see what we need to do for this, because obviously you've surpassed the 5
I
points.
just died.
Well,
I'm dead.
So the next thing on our list here is you need to roll
Obituaries.
intelligence.
Oh. Fumble.
So
Fail
I
it.
am smart.
Fail it.
I needed a 60. I rolled a 47. That's a success.
So that's bad news, because that means
The only time you
that's
ever
right.
want to fail that.
That's right.
you understand the horror, essentially.
Yeah.
You comprehend what is actually going on. It's not a good thing. So you are currently in indefinite insanity. Well, actually, that's not true, because you're 4/5. So what is your current sanity? We just got to see if that.
29.
All right, let me see here.
Your current is 29. What'd you start with?
40.
Oh gosh, that is more than 4/5, isn't it?
More than you mean more
5
than a fifth?
ninths, I think.
Well, because you're see that one on the left, that's 32. That was your threshold. So you actually went below your threshold. So you are now temporarily insane. Okay.
Excuse me.
You're
That's
temporarily
the
insane.
insanity alarm.
Exactly. Okay. So your Cthulhu mythos is going to go up 5 points.
Wow, you're real smart about that now.
That is the good news.
Yeah.
The bad news is I'll have a new character next week.
With no
Exactly.
mythos.
So because you are temporarily insane,
You chase Rosa.
yeah, exactly. So this is. I need you to roll a d10, please.
Bye.
Can I not and say I did?
You could, but you have to.
I rolled a 9.
So Diego, that means for 9 hours.
For 9 hours.
You will be temporarily insane, and so I need to find out what that is. I don't have my temporary insanity.
How do you do temp insanity?
It's probably in the membrane.
Yeah, so it is a chart. So all I need to do is find that chart.
Why does
Insane
this
in the
happen to me and
membrane.
only me?
Because you take chances, sir. You're not running to the lake like me.
It's a D100, isn't
Right.
it?
Insanity. So I got to do temporary insanity. Oh, come on, baby.
God damn it.
Work with me. God damn it, Bobby.
Get your insanity off my
God damn it, Bobby. Quit going insane in my camper.
Boom. There we go. Temporary insanity.
Look
Effects
at
of it. Okay. Go ahead and let's see. Bounce of madness. D10. Bounce of madness.
If you sit just right, Luke, on your
Okay.
floating head.
I know, right?
It's awesome.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me a D10 if you wouldn't mind.
It's going to take a while to get there in the mail.
Oh boy.
I rolled a 10.
Oh boy.
Jesus.
Okay. So
It only happens to me, people. Only ever happens to me.
I've never met a me people.
all right, I'm going to need you to roll a D100, please.
100.
I rolled a 78.
Okay.
And I have to
Going
ask you
back
to
to
leave,
Starfield.
sir.
All right. So I'm trying to think if I should divulge this to you.
Do it.
Or I might be able to make something up that actually makes more sense.
Oh, okay.
That
ties in better.
Yeah. So basically I can choose one. He rolled so high I can choose one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, let's this actually Trying to think of what you got going on here.
Loud noises.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I think we're gonna do.
Drugs. Drugs. Do it. Kill him.
Okay.
Not the bees.
Okay, I'm gonna keep this in my back pocket, or I'm gonna try to. I need to make a note here.
But there's a scenario in there. Wait, don't want to get all jumbled up in your back pocket.
Diego has this mania.
Herpes.
Okay, let's see how this comes into play.
Herpes
All right.
mania.
So we'll keep that a secret until it actually makes sense. And so yeah, you see this creature emerging, and we need an involuntary reaction from you. But first I'm going to take a swipe at you. Okay?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And Peter takes a swipe at you and misses entirely, but his beefy arm takes a chunk out of the door frame. And splinters go flying. A few shards of wood embed in your cheek. And that's when your involuntary reaction kicks in. The only thing I'm going to say is that you maybe running away isn't it, but you can choose something else if you like.
Jumping jacks.
Because that would be the obvious thing. I run away.
Yeah. Start making out with the cabin.
So seeing him in the state that he is, I immediately just see that creature from the swamp. And I'm struck with those same feelings of, terror and uncertainty. And I'm just immediately going to collapse to the ground in front of him in like a groveling position with my head down on the ground and my hands out in front of me. And if you were close enough to hear me, just be mumbling "Father, Mother" over and over again.
Oh,
I like
smart.
that. Okay. All right.
Interesting.
Rosa. You enter the mess hall.
I do.
It's a mess.
Oh,
It's actually pretty pristine. Like
That's what you
nothing much
said
has
last
happened.
time. I'm like, oh.
You can see the table and chairs where Counselor Tammy had been interrogating Lindsay and Harcourt earlier, trying to get their side of the story. It's sort of bittersweet now, but other than that, it's empty.
I would like to run for the kitchen. Is there like a kitchen area
Absolutely.
where they prepare the food? Okay.
Absolutely.
And once there, I want to grab the salt.
Okay. You do. Yeah, actually, it's a great big box of kosher salt. It's actually, I guess, what makes sense, a 5-pound box of kosher salt. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Recording pause. What the fuck was that?
oopsie. I'm playing with buttons that I should not
Quit
be
it.
playing with.
Stop it.
Fire. What does that mean?
I am going to. I'm gonna, I imagine that I can like carry it under my arm and grab stuff out of it with my other hand and like throw it.
Pocket salt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just
So-
yeah. You can imagine whatever.
Yeah,
Just tell
and
me
since
tell
I
me
don't
what's
have the
happening.
ore anymore, there's, I've got both hands free. So I'm going to carry the box under one arm
Nice.
and
Box.
grab salt out of it with the other hand and throw it and
Pocket salt.
stuff. And so I'm going to start running back towards the first aid cabin with my box of salt.
Okay. So you exit out of the mess hall and turn the corner back towards the entrance of the first aid cabin next door. Ben, you reach the docks out of breath, and you see all of the most of the kids, actually. There are a couple kids who have already embarked on canoes and are, for some reason, paddling towards the opposite shore. They're about halfway across the lake.
Okay, smart.
A few other ones are looking at you with perplexion and trying to determine if you're in trouble or, whatever. And
Bad time, kids. Leeches can swim.
and
I don't know about the leeches yet.
You notice they're looking over your shoulder as you approach them.
Like, what, is he following me? And I'm going to look behind myself.
And you don't quite see it at first. It takes you a minute because you're looking at the top of the hill expecting Peter or Diego or Rosa to breach the top of the hill.
The blood's pumping in my eyeballs.
And you don't see anything. And then the cloud moves away from the sun, casting bright rays down upon the pathway upon which you had just trod. And you see...
And you hear these little screams.
You hear these little tiny screams. You see looks like leeches? Slugs? Moving quickly through the dirt in your direction.
What the what?
What were those things, man?
I don't know.
Oh, well, you got something to hit them with?
I look around and see if there's another oar or anything else I can pick up quickly.
Yeah, there's one in a canoe just a couple steps away.
I'm going to crouch, walk a couple steps, crouch, walk a couple steps. I'm going to grab the oar and run towards the leeches.
You reach in, grab the oar from the canoe nearest you, turn around.
Okay.
Get ready to rush towards the leeches. And you see two arrows fly through the air. One pinning one of the leeches where it squeals and dies. And the other one cutting it in half, cutting the other one in half.
Harcourt.
And you see Harcourt and Lindsay to your left with satisfied smiles on their faces.
Damn.
And the third one cuts right and makes its way down the embankment away from you.
Towards the lake?
The water.
Yep, towards the waterfront.
Okay. I'm going to chase it.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and give me a...
Try to kill it.
Actually, just go ahead and give me a plain old fight and brawl.
All right, see if I can reach out with a long stretch to try to squish it. Yep, I did it. Everybody go home. Good night. Thanks for watching. I needed a 29, rolled a 45, so obviously I failed.
Yep. So you take a swing at it, and it, to your surprise, leaps into the water.
Whoa.
And is gone beneath the surface.
As
your oar slops down into mud and a splash goes up, splashing you.
And all of a sudden you hear the kids at the canoes go, "What the hell is that?"
Get out! Jump in the crowd. No. And it's gone. Oh, Ben, are you okay?
I am, thank you. I didn't know you were such a good shot.
I didn't know either. I dropped my notebook and just threw the arrow, and I guess I'm a natural?
I'm going to run up to her and
Yes.
grab her on each cheek and kiss her on the mouth.
Ooh.
With my lips.
Well, it was just the one arrow, Ben. You tried too. You tried, though. You tried.
And I go, shh, and she on her face.
Don't speak.
Don't speak.
Ben, what's going on up there?
I don't know. We had a plan to where they were going to knock him out as soon as he chased me out of the building, but
Where's Rosa?
where did the leeches
And he's
come
not
from?
coming after you. So
I don't see him, so they must have got him. So it might be okay to go back up. They might need our help.
Okay, I'll grab my arrow.
Okay, I'm going to grab my oar that I threw at the leech.
And Lindsay is just sort of standing there, wavering with her lips pursed. Oh,
Lindsay.
Oh, what? Yeah.
We got to go. Come on. I
Oh.
reached my hand
Oh,
out
okay.
to grab
slap her
her
in the
hand.
face.
It's okay. I'll take care of it.
I'll grab my arrow. Ooh, this thing. Oh, what is that? Is that like a worm?
I think it's a leech, but I've never seen one like this before.
I better record this. And she pulls out her little journal.
Camcorder, handy cam.
Handy cam, does a found footage thing.
Her little tricorder.
And you can see she's like sketching the image of the leech.
I'm Robin Leach.
I'm Robin Leach.
You stabbed me with an arrow. I don't
Good
know
luck
his
to you.
voice, sorry.
I don't know. Champagne dreams and caviar wishes. Something
Inside
like that.
your face.
I don't know, something. All right. Let's see here. I guess we got to go back to Rosa. Rosa, you turn the corner and you see Diego on his hands and knees in the doorway to the first aid cabin. No sign of Peter.
Dinklage?
Is he? Are you facing into the cabin, or are you facing down the
He
hill?
is facing into the cabin.
Diego, are you okay? What's going on? I'm gonna approach very cautiously. I would like to see what is happening to him before. What's on the other side of the doorway before I go running in there.
Take a nap first.
Yeah, Rosa. Jeez.
I had to. Her face, she just disappears completely into her green screen.
So, Diego, what does Rosa see?
Witchcraft.
Pocket salt. Sprinkle it in Diego's eyes. Wake up!
Oh God! Always put salt in your eyes.
Well, I could throw some salt at it, but I don't think it'll do
good.
much. Okay,
I mean,
so what do as I get closer, what I see, or did you ask Diego?
Closer.
just me, on my knees, head on the ground, hands out in front of me, mumbling.
Basically
something.
bowing,
Yeah.
like, to a deity.
Like worshiping? Like you're in the cult of the leech now?
Yep.
The cult of Robin Leach. Yes.
Diego, what are you doing? Why are you like that? And I'm gonna come a little closer and try to like pick him, like grab him and get him to his fate.
Surprise!
Yeah.
And yeah, he appears to be dazed, but responsive to your touch, and he regains his feet.
Okay. What happened? Where's Peter? Are you just
Just gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna stare at her.
Roll.
What's wrong? Okay. If I look inside the cabin, do I see anything?
Go ahead and give me a spot hidden.
Okay.
There it is.
Go in there and check.
Whoops, I just rolled it twice. I failed both times. So I rolled a 75 over a 25, which is a fail. Because I have crap spot hidden.
So you see, essentially, it looks like the cabin is completely empty.
Wow.
But Tammy is lying on the floor of the cabin and breathing heavily.
I'm gonna like slowly approach her and sort of like nudge her with my foot.
And she, excuse me, she rouses and is kind of groggily. Says, "Oh, was it Rosa? Rosa, is that you?"
Yeah, here,
5 more minutes, Mom.
swallow this, and I'm gonna like sprinkle some salt in her mouth.
Oh.
What?
She should swallow that.
What is that? Oh, ugh.
It's gonna keep the leeches from, like, I don't
The
know.
what?
Robin Leach.
I don't have time to explain.
Rosa,
Can you? Are you okay? Can you sit here?
oh God, what? Oh, what happened? I thought I saw Peter, but he's
Can
dead.
you sit here?
Yeah. Let me sit
Okay.
up. Oh, what?
So sit
What's
here.
going on?
Sit against that wall, and I am gonna help her up, or I'm gonna
Okay.
help her to sit against the wall.
And she does. She slides over against the wall and sits up and
Okay.
coughs a few times. You see this black liquid coming out of her mouth onto her hands, and she's like webbing
I'm
her
going to make
fingers.
sure
It's
not to get
sticky.
it on me.
What
Let it go.
what happened, Rosa?
Well, I can't really explain right now because I've got to go try to help the others.
Oh,
But here, let me do this.
What?
Yeah, can you look like you're in a really bad way, so you should stay here. Okay,
I
so
don't
just sit
feel
against
so
this wall.
good.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do this, and I sprinkle salt in a circle around her.
What is this?
I mean, she's not a demon.
It's gonna protect you.
Ghost.
I don't know.
From what?
Ghost, whatever.
From the thing that made you feel bad. It's just trust me, okay? Sit against the wall.
Where are the kids?
It doesn't.
Adults.
Won't someone think of the children?
I don't think you're in a position to do anything really. So you need to stay here.
I just need a minute. Can you get me some water? Salt.
Sit against the wall. Yeah. Okay. Is there a like? There's a sink over on the wall.
Sure.
I'm gonna grab I'm gonna grab the glass that's next to it and fill it up and bring her a glass of water.
Thanks. And she just empties it in one long draft.
Do you want some more? I'll give you some more.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna fill it up again and give it to her, and as I give it to her, I'll say, "Then I need to go and see if I can help the other kids." Okay?
Okay. Well, what's with Diego? He's just standing there.
You stay. I'm not sure, but I think that
Okay. What time is
you
it?
need to stay here. You need to stay here. Okay?
Oh, okay. I'll stay here. Come back soon. All right. Just.
All right. All
My
right.
head.
You just rest. You
Okay.
stay here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna run and I will grab Diego's the shirt sleeve and have him come with me.
And he follows you, slowly coming out of his daze.
Still confused, though.
And I'm gonna I'm going towards the
just hanging on by a thread.
going towards the docks because I think that's the direction that Ben went.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going in the direction that Ben went because I want to go see what is happening to the other kids down at the docks.
Okay. And sure enough, you see Ben and Lindsay and Harcourt coming up the hill back up towards you guys.
What you guys? What happened?
Oh, Rosa, hey, you wouldn't believe it. I like shot the arrow and I didn't shoot it. I threw it and like the thing and it's splattered.
Wow, that's great, Harcourt. What happened, guys? So what happened?
They killed 2 of the 3, I guess, leeches? Slugs?
Yeah, we saw.
One of them got away and went into
Sleeches?
the lake. Sleeches?
Or lugs.
Slugs?
Sleeches.
I think the only thing I can think is that they look a lot like slugs, and whenever there's slugs in my mom's garden, she tells me to put salt on them.
Always put salt in your eyes.
No, always put salt on slugs.
Yeah,
Let's
I
put
heard
salt
that
on your
too.
slugs.
I heard that too. Yeah.
Yeah, so I got some salt.
It
And I'm
also works
gonna,
on caterpillars. I don't know if you
like
need
sort
that.
of gesture. It does. It doesn't work on caterpillars.
It does. It does. If you put enough.
If you put enough salt, it'll work on anything.
Oh, okay. Good to
Um,
know.
But I'm gonna gesture to the big box of salt I have in there. Okay.
What
So
happened?
I don't know. Did you see where Peter went? Cause
I thought you were
Tammy,
going to get him.
I thought so too. He didn't come out of the building after the leeches went after you.
Oh, that's where they came from. Okay. So is he still in there then? We're ready to
No,
fight.
he's not in there because Tammy's alone, and something happened to Diego. I don't know what.
Is Tammy okay? Is she alive?
For now,
Are you going to kill her?
well, I'm not
She
gonna kill her,
behaves.
but she might. I don't know. I don't know what Harcourt did to her. I saw him like drop some slugs, some of those leechy sluggy things in her mouth.
What? Is she going to turn into one of like him?
I'm afraid so.
What?
So I tried everything I could think of. I put her in a circle of salt. Maybe that'll stop her.
What?
Okay.
I don't know.
Lindsay is just like jotting furiously in her
When?
journal. What? What? Wait a minute. So
I tried to get her to swallow some salt too, but
Ooh.
it didn't really work that well.
okay. So what is happening now? Like,
Okay,
there's
so
leeches
and now
and
I don't know
mouths?
where Peter is. You saw the leeches.
I killed one, but
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
it was
they
in
came out
somebody's
of Harcourt. Or they came out of not
What?
Harcourt.
Oh gosh!
No. They came out of Peter's mouth, and he like put them into Tammy's mouth.
Like,
And I don't
put them
Isn't
there.
that how they make babies?
know, like he held his mouth over her mouth, and
Maybe
they like
leeches.
dropped into her mouth.
Oh, that's so sick. Oh, and then
It's gross.
she looks at Ben real quick and sort of suppresses a verp. Oh.
It's okay. It's okay.
Well, no,
I felt the same
She
way.
suppresses
So-
a burp.
Peter
A verp,
kissed
vomit
Tammy, and there was
Oh.
that's how they got a leech in her mouth.
Yeah, like you know how they talk about like people kissing and like transferring things.
Yeah.
I don't know. They transferred the leech things.
How soon does it happen?
I don't know. She said she doesn't feel so good. So I think
I don't
but
feel so good.
It's okay, Tammy.
do I need to worry about you?
Tammy? It's okay.
I mean, Ben kissed me. Does he have leeches?
I don't have leeches, Lindsay.
How do I know?
Because I helped you fight them. I wouldn't kill my own kind.
Do you or your family members have leeches? You may be entitled to financial compensation.
Of salt.
So that
Copious
sounds
amounts of salt.
like Ben's gonna need to do a little bit of a fast talk or something.
Sure, why not?
I don't need
Another thing
copious
to fail
amounts of
at.
salt. I play video games online. I get enough of that.
So this can be either a charm, fast talk, or persuade, or even psychoanalysis, Ben,
Let me
to
see what I
attempt to
got.
calm Lindsay after you kissed her, but then also now that she's aware that kissing might lead to leeches.
It's true. Abstinence is always the choice. Hey, you want leeches? Stop kissing.
He had leeches already.
Okay, so
Jeez.
fast talk, persuade,
Or charm.
psychoanalysis.
15 is what your best, so it's either
Okay,
charm
thank
or
you.
it's
Oh, charm was the other one.
charm or persuade. I believe you
Probably
have 15 on
persuade.
either
If
one.
if I get it, that's the one I would use the most anyway. So yeah, I needed a 15. I rolled a 26.
Letting that stand.
Yes,
That
can't
is
spend that much
not as bad as it could have been.
over
So
a kiss.
Lindsay sidles over closer to Harcourt, further away
Mm-hmm.
from Ben, and takes a tighter grip on the arrow.
Well,
and
the guy who
holds-
chooses tongue, smart.
And holds her hand to her stomach, sort of looking down at the ground.
Fine, I don't care. Come on, we gotta find Peter. I don't know where Peter is. You guys didn't see him, did
where
you?
did he go?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know where he is.
What's wrong with Diego? He's not talking a whole
Diego,
lot.
where did Peter
I don't
go?
know what's wrong with Diego.
Why are we all talking?
He looks so pale.
What's up with the talking? Diego, where did Peter go?
I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong with
Finger
Diego.
up
But
slowly and just touch his eyeball.
we're gonna try to we're gonna keep Diego with us in case something happens to him,
And Harcourt goes up to
so we
Diego.
can protect him.
Hey, man, are you okay? Remember, it's us. Like, we're the archery guys, right? We're like Robin Hood. Come on, man, step out of it.
He just smiles.
Are you
I love
okay? It's you. It's you, Diego. You're so hey,
Not the
hey,
smile.
dude.
He's like,
dude. I got a ho ho. And he pulls out a ho ho.
It's because he's
offers
a pimp.
it to you. You're muted,
Gonna
buddy.
slowly, yeah. I was gonna slowly reach up for it and just unwrap it and silently start eating it.
That's it.
Oh,
good
okay.
man. All right. Yeah. No, yeah, guys, he's
Nice.
cool. Don't worry about it.
Nice.
We got
Yeah.
the ho ho fix going on. It's all right.
Maybe it
As long
just
as
takes
it's not a
some time.
snowball.
Maybe he'll
That's
be
later.
okay.
Try not to on your way to the parking lot.
All right.
Whoa, get back here.
You know why they call it Diego Snowball, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
This is a family show.
All right,
Corrupted family show.
guys. Diego's cool, man. So what are we gonna do?
We gotta find Peter. I don't know where he went. I ran to the kitchen to get this salt, and Diego's not saying anything. And Tammy was alone, and you didn't see Peter, right? So he must have gone into the woods.
Or into the counselor cabin?
Let's go check that first, I guess.
But guys, if he's gone and not hurting anybody, do we really want to search him out? Maybe we should get Tammy and get in a canoe and go to the center of the lake or something and jump
Didn't you
in.
say the leech went into the lake?
Oh yeah. Never mind.
Yeah.
While they're all arguing, I'm just gonna start walking back towards the barracks.
He's alive.
I'm gonna.
Guys,
I'm, gonna,
where's Diego going?
I'm just gonna follow him.
Ga-
Like, see what he does.
Ben, where are Rose and Diego going?
I'm gonna follow her
Oh,
to
shit.
see what she's
Oh, shit.
following him to see what he's following them.
Do you tell me where you're going?
Actually torn because the leech has freaked me out and nobody knows where he's at. And if Tammy's going to become one of them as well, I'm really hesitant to keep pushing forward and attack, but I'm going to follow because I don't want to be by myself.
Okay.
Ben
Yeah.
doesn't know a whole lot because he never saw any of that. Just
No,
FYI.
I didn't. She just said that Tammy is not feeling well. Just by what I've heard is what I'm going by. Tammy is not feeling well. So maybe she's got leech. She said that she has leeches in her mouth. So I did hear all of that. She told us all of it.
So Diego's walking up the hill, Rose is following, and now Ben's following.
Sure.
Is what I hear. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I want to see
Was
where
Ben doing
Diego's
something
going.
else?
No, I just don't know why you don't think I understood what she said to me.
Okay.
100%. She said all of that.
So the three of you move silently
believes
away
me,
from the
man.
rest of the folks who are at the docks. And Harcourt is looking between the three of you and back towards Lindsay, who is hanging back, reluctant to join you. And Diego is the first one to breach the top of the hill. And you're
Truly.
steered towards the barracks, I heard?
Yeah.
So you're headed back towards the barracks. And Rosa, you're right behind him, so you see him strangely heading to the left towards the barracks. So beyond the first aid cabin, past the mess hall, and towards the barracks. What do you do?
Okay. I'm just following him. I want to see if he leads me to. That reminded me of the way that one time we visited some of my relatives, and I saw the way that they prayed in church. You know, Mexicans are have a very strong religious tradition, and I saw that some of them prayed in church, and that was the way that he looked, almost. And it almost makes me wonder if like something broke his mind or something, and he like is worshiping that thing. And I think if he is going in a certain direction, maybe he's going back to it.
Okay. Sort of drawn to it?
Yeah. Almost like it's calling him somehow.
Okay. All right. So you are headed not too far behind him. We'll say, I don't know, a few paces, 20, 30 feet. And you steer also towards the barracks. And Ben, of course, you see all this too.
Yeah, I'm still very, very nervous, but I'm going to push forward.
Following Rosa and...
Following Rosa, yep.
That's where we're going. Yeah.
And Lindsay and Harcourt are staying back, correct?
Yeah. At this point, you guys are at the top of the hill and have lost sight of Harcourt and Lindsay.
Okay.
And you are...
That's when I activate my leeches on Lindsay. I'm just out of ear reach.
And
Activated
your
my trap card.
preggers. Push the button.
And you're having a leech baby.
You're having a leech baby.
You get a leech baby.
Okay,
You get a leech
so-
baby. Everybody gets a leech baby.
Almost silently, the three of you are a parade of
Yeah.
campers headed towards the barracks.
Silently.
Yes,
Almost
really
a-
silently.
Yeah.
Almost a black
Told Matt to be
parade.
quiet.
And focused upon each other. And Diego, you reach the barracks.
Do it.
I'm going to step inside, look around for a second, and then head over to Rosa's footlocker to get her journal.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to poke my head in carefully and just make sure that nothing is like waiting to jump me once I go in. And then when I see he's going over, there's nothing in the barracks. I'm going to follow him over to my footlocker. Hey, my journal. Get away from that. That's mine. And I'm going to grab it out of his hands.
And you immediately see that he has turned your journal for some reason to the back where you had not yet recorded anything. And yet there's handwriting there.
And I'll open it up and look.
And it is
What do I say?
the same handwriting as what you saw earlier on the paper towel that said, went to woods looking for Peter. It is Diego's handwriting.
Okay.
And it is a complete log of what had happened, apparently to him, in the woods earlier.
Okay.
He recounts. Go ahead and recount what you wrote down, Diego.
So it starts off with me talking about how I was alone in the cabin when Brigitte came in and how surprised I was that she was talking. Summarizes that she asked me for help because Nikki was missing. And so we snuck out through the back window of the cabin and she led me through the woods until we got right to the edge of a clearing, and she was talking to me about their father, mother, and she wanted me to meet her folks, and I thought it was really weird at the time, but I felt like it was okay, so I went with her into the clearing, and then it talks about how the giant monster shows up out of the swamp, and I give a brief description of it based on what I could remember. And it talks about how Brigitte and Nikki are the same person, and I saw them kind of switching back and forth, and how weird that was. And then it talks about how Brigitte wants me to help her kill that monster, and how I'm going to take the sharpened arrows that I have in the bow down to the lake at midnight, and I'm going to wait for it to show up, and I'm going to try and shoot it to kill it.
Rosa, I'm going to need you to roll sanity for having read
Yeah.
that.
Will Diego
Don't
be
be me.
saved by midnight? What time is it?
It is...
Ooh, extreme
nice.
success.
Wow.
With a 9 under an 80.
Ben, it's approximately, let's say, 2 o'clock. 2 p.m.
Okay.
It was lunch previously when Diego asked. Noonish. Okay, so yeah, your sanity, you take in these words that Diego has recorded in your journal, which is sanity shaking as it is. How
Yeah.
dare you? But as you read this and you constantly glance up to see his facial composure, and you can see that this is serious. Like he recorded this and he believes it, and therefore you believe it. And it all sort of begins to connect as Brian falls asleep. And you feel that Diego has actually gone through what he has recorded. The most disturbing part of this, obviously, is the fact that Nikki is Brigitte and vice versa.
Yeah. But we saw them in the same place at the same time. How did they do that?
You never did. You realize now you never saw the two of them together, because I was very careful about plotting that.
Yes, you were.
But
That's
yes,
cool.
that is
Okay.
it is that realization that you have never seen them in the same place at the same time, and the conviction.
Clark Kent is Superman.
Well
Oh,
played,
shit.
Jeremy. Well played.
The conviction on Diego's face is enough to have it make sense to you. The only trouble is, how are you going to make Ben understand this?
I mean,
I dare you.
and first I'm gonna turn to Diego. This already happened to you, didn't it?
I'm going to reach under the bed and pull out the bow and arrow.
Nice.
We have to finish this tonight. Nobody else gets hurt.
But
And that's when a form blocks out the sunlight in the doorway to the barracks.
Shit.
The three of you whirl around to see Counselor Tammy, who immediately clutches her head
pockets up, welch cut.
and
Popsicle.
screams, "It's eating my brain!"
Oh, shit.
and vomits leeches and blood
Oh, no.
from her mouth onto the floor in a wet splash.
Oh, shit.
And it's the sight of the
I should have beheaded
blood
her when I had the chance.
that triggers Diego's newfound fear, hemophobia.
Oh shit.
And he races to the back of the barracks and jumps out the window.
Boink.
Tune in next
See you later,
time
losers.
as we play another reel
Bastardo.
of the Lovecraft tapes. Hemophobia, how do you feel about that?
I like it.
It really fucks
caused
everything
some
up. So
problems.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah, but come on, fumbles. 2 in one game.
Oh yes.
Oof.
That's pretty rough.
That is rough.
But I figured that was going to be so. What you actually rolled was fear of rivers,
Oh.
and I was like, "Oh, that could be cool because we're in an outdoor situation."
Yeah.
But I was like, it doesn't really
Yeah.
pertain to what we're doing
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And so I thought
Rivers of
Fear of
blood.
River Phoenix.
this like I
Too
figured
soon.
like the fact that he saw this happening between Tammy and Peter would make sense because like you would be afraid that the next thing that would happen would be blood. And so it would be like this sort of anticipation of something horrible about to happen, which it did eventually.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Crazy.
Um.
Cool.
Damn.
All right.
So let me review. No successful rolls for me. Yeah. I got a sanity roll.
Right,
that was
Crow?
that was
I
last game.
succeeded on my sand. Yeah.
Yeah.
I succeeded on my strength roll and then immediately fumbled
Yes.
on a
You
sanity
did
roll.
succeed on your strength.
It happens,
boy.
man. All right, guys. Well, now it's time
Only
for
to
some
me, though.
hashtag recommendos where we share some of our geeky obsessions. Please roll the 100. And we'll see what happens. Who goes first here?
52.
Who could do it?
44.
Got 24. Brian got an 87.
87.
All right, Brian, start us off, please.
Woo! I don't know if anybody is aware of this, but I kind of like Star Wars and the Star Wars universe. I know it's kind of
Nerd.
it's not a lot of people are into it, so
Oh my God. What a nerd.
But you never played Star Wars Squadrons, which is weird.
no, I did. I looked at it. I played
Okay.
it.
Is that the
You
one
did.
with the
I
Enterprise?
was never good at the
and
fighting stuff.
The
Yeah.
Picard
Yes.
guy?
Pickard.
Wait,
I think it's
The
Pickard.
Pickard guy?
Yeah. Jedi
and
Pickard.
they have like a battle star or something, right?
Yep. It's
Yeah,
in
and
the
they go through this
Galactica.
gate.
And there's Buck Rogers.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's my recommendo. My second favorite character next to Lando Calrissian is Ahsoka Tano. And Ahsoka just launched at the beginning of this month. And it's 4 episodes in, and I am in pure heaven. The show is very well done. I would say it's definitely at movie quality, special effects. The storytelling is precise. A lot of stuff just happened in episode 4 that I'm still processing. It's taken a turn that I did not expect, but am pleasantly surprised by. If you like Star Wars at all, Ahsoka first appeared in the Clone Wars, which is an animated series that was on for several years, and then it took a hiatus, and then it came back for one more final season on Disney Plus, and also in Star Wars Rebels, which is also an animated series, very well written, gives a lot of backstory to what happens in between the Clone Wars, Order 66, and after the fall of everything, right up to that edge. This takes place after both of those, and it's basically just continuing. And Rosario Dawson is really, really good at playing this part. So, if you like Star Wars, or if you just want a good action movie with lightsabers, watch Ahsoka on Disney Plus. It is really good.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Do it right now. I'll wait.
Yeah, we'll wait till you.
Do it.
Such a good series, I think.
Yeah, I really, really enjoy it.
Awesome. Thank you, Bri. And Matt, you're up next.
Oh, boy.
I haven't heard of that.
Boys.
Really, there's only one choice this week as to what to recommendo. Brian knows what it
Frogger?
is.
Is it Frogger?
It's Pong.
It's Pong.
It is Starfield, Bethesda's latest and greatest. It is an RPG set in a future where humanity has finally spread out amongst the stars, and you more or less take a role in this group called Constellation, who are a well-known group of explorers whose whole mission it is to seek out the unknown. And you get pulled into this plot of these strange artifacts that nobody quite understands that might be linked to something bigger. But at the same time, being a Bethesda RPG, there's just so much to do all over the place. You can explore planets, you can set up and build bases, you can join a multitude of factions which all have their own crazy in-depth quest lines. You can take the time to custom build your own starship from the ground up if that's what you want to do. I've played this game pretty much nonstop since it came out. I have almost 24 hours into this game total, and I am absolutely hooked.
We got it a
it's
week
like-
early. We got it a
Oh,
week
yeah.
early. So
Yeah, there was an early access period, but it's just such a good game if you're a big fan of Bethesda RPGs like Fallout or Skyrim, because it's very much that mindset of, yes, there is a bigger story here, but the real adventure is the stuff you do along the way to build your own path and your own story, whether that's you join, this faction instead of this one, or you decide to take your time to go rescue this character, or you just spend a lot of hours, settling different planets and building bases. There's a multitude of things to do. I'm going to be playing this game for a long time because there's just so much to it, and there's so much possibility. Especially when you take into fact that things like the way you create your character, so the skills you choose, the backgrounds that you pick, your traits and character abilities all influence what you can do in terms of providing solutions to different problems or unlocking different dialogue options that may allow you to find some information that you may not have been able to find otherwise. And you can tell there's a whole lot of love and care taken into this game, and it really has been like what they've put their all into for the past 7-8 years it's been worked on, and it is very much worth picking up and spending some time with. I will caveat that in saying that the first couple hours of the game can be kind of slow. Working your way through the tutorial is a little dry, but once you get past the tutorial, you get to the first big city and you finish the first big story mission is really when the game opens up and you can kind of go wherever you want from there. So if you're willing to give it a little bit of time, it is a game that you will be spending a lot more time with.
and it's beautiful. It looks so good.
All right. Thank you, Matt, for that recommendation of Dragon Age Inquisition. And
Which was also a really good game.
I just started playing it, actually.
Oh my god, I love it.
All right. Lupin, you're up next.
All right. I am going to recommend a book. Big surprise. I'm going to recommend Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. It came out, a few years ago, and it's a little bit of a retelling of, if you've ever read We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson, is a little bit like that, where sort of the house has a mind of its own and warps the inhabitants as well as the inhabitants warping the other inhabitants and stuff like that. So this is a little bit different from that in that there's an outsider who actually comes into the habitat of the house, and so the ecosystem of the house is what I was looking. They come in from the outside, and they have a fresh new take on it, and they can see what's happening, and it isn't up to you, the reader, to decide what is truly like horrific and like, you know, we've always lived in the castle is sort of like you have to see these things as the main character thinks they're totally normal, and then you read them and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Whereas this one is more like you have a sympathetic main character who also says like what the actual fuck is going on. So the book is about a girl named, and forgive me for the pronunciations, it's set in Mexico. That's part of it. It's written by Silvia Moreno Garcia, is actually a Mexican woman. I think she's first generation American. And so there's a lot of in case you can't tell, I'm very not Mexican. So,
Rosa?
yeah, I know, right? It was interesting that you gave me that one, but so if I pronounce the names wrong, forgive me, because I'm very, very much white bread, white little girl. But the main character is named Nomi, and she lives in Mexico City, and she's sort of like it's fun because she's also an unlikely sort of heroine rescuer person, because she is very much a debutante in every sense of the word. She's just out there to party and have fun. She's 19 years old and she is living it up in Mexico City because she, her family is rich. And she talks about, in the very first chapter, she talks about dating all the eligible bachelors and then getting tired, dating them and then getting tired of them and moving on. So she's very much the kind of person who doesn't have a very careful look at her life, a careful way about her life. But she gets her father gets this letter from her cousin who just recently got married. And the cousin recently got married to a British man. So that's part of the part of the questioning about the marriage is that he's not Mexican, because everybody's got a little bit of yeah. But but anyway, they get this letter about her cousin saying that he's doing horrible, like, psychological torture things to her. And so her father's like, we have to go check this out, because if this comes out, it'll be a huge scandal for the family, which is, a very rich man thing to say. But so he actually sends Naomi, which I'm kind of like, if you thought that this was happening, why would you send your daughter to the house of this abuser? But anyway, he sends Naomi, and so she goes, they're out, this beautiful mansion estate, palatial estate in the the countryside. So they're in Mexico City. She goes from Mexico City to like the rural Mexico, and and she's got to deal with she's got to deal with her cousin, who is having it sounds like she's having a nervous breakdown. And she's got to deal with, her brother-in-law, or I guess cousin-in-law, who is this man that she doesn't really know that well. And she's additionally quite suspicious of. And she's got to do this all in a new household with a new bunch of people. And so it's just a very interesting, almost like coming of age, in the sense that she has to grow up because she's the only person in the house who might be like okay or of any mind to do anything about it. So I don't know. It's very interesting. I highly recommend it. It won the Goodreads Choice Award in 2020 for winner of best horror. And I have had friends rave about it, and again, I've been wanting to read it forever, and I finally got around to it.
Nice.
But I suspect definitely recommend that everybody try out Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. Really good book, and the main character is just, and she's funny too because she's got like these irreverent takes on life, and so just the stuff she says, it's like very flip. So I don't know. I just find it really funny.
Attitude.
Cool. Very good. Yeah, I have actually heard of that. Also on Goodreads and other articles I've read about novels, so horror novels. So I'll check that out. Yeah, I'm definitely
Horror
interested.
novels.
Yeah, check that out. All right, guys. I'm up next. Up last, actually. As you know, I'm a sucker for giallo movies, primarily
Giallo.
due to Dario Argento's expert proliferation of genre films in that vein during the 70s and 80s. You know, Suspiria, Deep Red, and all that sort of thing. Although I have to admit that I can tire of the formula when the project is lazy or a blatant ripoff, cash grab. But every once and again, I'll stumble across something new, like Footprints on the Moon from 1975. Written by Luigi Bazzoni and Mario Fanelli, starring Florinda Bolkan, and even the amazing and overly dubbed Klaus Kinski. Everybody knows who he is.
Klaus.
This is unlike any giallo I've ever seen. It's more like a Hitchcock suspense film with an unreliable narrator whose memory lapses and paranoia fuel her desire to dig deep into the mystery. Shockingly, there's no nudity. Practically no nudity. There's a sex scene, but it's very tastefully done, and you can't see anything. And pretty much next to no violence. There's one violent scene towards the end, but again, it's not overly done. So no nudity and no violence to speak of. Is it a giallo? Some people say no, but it clearly is. Because there is a presiding miasma of creeping doom and profound sadness in the main character's plight. She can't remember what happened over the last few days, and when she does find out, because she is a detective, not in life, but she becomes the detective of the story. She basically unravels her own mystery. I would be stunned if Christopher Nolan hadn't seen this sometime before he directed Memento, if you ever saw that, because there are some structural similarities to the plot. But if you enjoy a slow burn psychological thriller, very slow burn, sit back with a nice glass of Italian red wine and give Footprints on the Moon a spin. It's also called just Footprints on some sites, so you may have to dig a little deep. But I was pretty shocked and amazed at how well lensed it was. It looks beautiful, and I really enjoyed just I like movies that have a detective story where they take their time and you are not one step ahead of them. You're actually with them every step of the way.
Oh, okay.
And
That's cool.
and you're finding it out as they're finding it out. To me, that's much more satisfying.
I like that.
So. But guys, that's going to be it for this episode of the Lovecraft Tapes. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe on whatever podcast platform you prefer. We don't give a shit. If you like what you hear, please leave us a review. Meanwhile, visit lovecrafttapes.com for up-to-date information about our podcast and subscribe to our live streams at twitch.tv/lovecrafttapes or youtube.com/lovecrafttapes. You can chat with me in real time at discord.lovecrafttapes.com.
And once again, I'm asking if anybody understands how to break my Will Wheaton dice curse. That'd be really helpful. You can hit me up on either Mastodon or Blue Sky at The Real Weird Kid. Please, I'm begging you.
And if someone would like to help me come up with a suitable salt delivery system, they can leave me a note at Linktree/Lupine Vendetta, all one word. And, you can find all the other places that I am on actual plays, and you can even find my coffee there. I have a coffee.
If anybody can help me get the pocket sand pouch patent before Rose takes it, please reach out to me
Pocket salt, pocket
on
salt, pocket salt.
Discord, and I will take all of the money.
Until next time, roll for
Oh.